In today's video, let's talk a little bit about how the trail leg, the trail knee, trail ankle work during the downswing. Let's precurse that with just a recap of the trail leg during the backswing piece. So during the backswing, you set up with both knees a little bit flexed, and as you make your way back through the time and space of the swing, the trail leg, trail knee starts to extend like so. So the trail knee is losing some of the flex it had at address. And the longer the club, the more this occurs. The more this is so because it allows the hips to turn, which allows the shoulders to turn, which allows a greater range of motion for accruing more potential speed. So the trail leg in the backswing extends some amount. Then what's really important to understand is that during the downswing, it then goes back to its original amount of flex by the time the club shaft is parallel to the ground. So it's extended. It then returns to where it originally was, its original point of flex when the club shaft here is pointing back at the camera, parallel to the ground. And from that point onwards, the trail leg extends again. From this view, it extends during the backswing. It flexes to P6, club shaft parallel to the ground, and then it starts to extend again. So that is the sequence of events that we want to see with that trail knee. In terms of the ankle, it's what we call the banking of the trail foot. It's the eversion of the trail foot. We want to see the foot start to roll onto the inside, like so, and that will be a sign that the hips are going forwards, that the knees going forwards, and as that knee extends, it's then moving across, so it's about halfway across my lead knee here at the finish. So the trail leg flexes and then extends, and all the while you're moving onto the inside of the trail foot, you're getting that trail knee to come around, point towards the target with about half the left knee visible in front of the trail knee here at the finish. From down the line, you see the banking. I'm starting to show the studs underneath my shoe to the camera. I extend, come around. The trail knee, my right knee is pointing towards the screen. You can see the studs on my shoe. My belt buckle is raised and my foot is on approximately a 45-degree angle to the ground here. So that is what you'd expect to see. Flexion, extension, flexion, extension, with the knee moving forwards and rotating so it faces the target. Now, what we sometimes see is that when golfers make their downswings, you'll start to see the trail knee start to bend for too long. And the trail knee will bend for too long and it will go towards the golf ball like so. At the same time, the lead knee will straighten too much, and then that golfer starts to rotate excessively and starts to swing across the golf ball. So that is a scenario where you would want to really feel that knee remain straighter for longer in that initial period in the downswing and not overflex. Likewise, you could be a golfer that overflexes in that sense but doesn't rotate. So I'm in position and I'm starting to kick in that knee, overbend it towards the golf ball. In this case, though, I don't rotate, and then the club head is too far behind me, and I'll have a tendency to swing too far outwards. So I would say that is very common, both those scenarios. One, the trail knee flexes too much and the golfer starts to come across. So one, the knee flexes too much, the golfer starts to come across. And two, the golfer flexes too much and starts to swing out. Both of those are very common. So in a minute, we'll have a look at a little drill you can do, but just have it in mind, have a good picture in mind of what it should look like. It extends, it flexes, it extends, the belt buckle raises, the knee points towards the target with the trail foot banked. Really important, and it's a great measure of you having shifted your weight forwards. If you can make your knees work in this manner, it is a terrific marker point for you to know you're on the right tracks. Now, the golfers who start to extend like this the most typically are the most powerful golfers. Think of Laura Davies, for example, Lexi Thompson, one of the most powerful golfers on the LPGA. Look at Rory McIlroy's knee sequence. Extends, flexes, extends. It's a very powerful move. The extension piece is a real power source. And that's what you see. The golfers who extend the most tend to have the most club head speed. So now just a drill, make sure that we get this proper movement. We get the flexion, not excessive, and then the knee moving forwards, upwards, and towards the target as the knee extends. Let's have a look. Here's a simple drill you can do to work on it. So set up, and I've placed an alignment stick inside my swing plate. In reality, you could use a basket at the range. If you're on grass, you can simply put your alignment stick into the turf. And what I'm doing here is I've positioned the stick just outside, about a hand width in front of my trail knee at setup. So my task is going to be to swing, and when I make my downswing, not have this trail knee flex this excessively and kick into this rod. So I'm in position. It's a hand's width in front of my knee, and my task is to not overflex that knee into that rod. So I'm very much going to feel like I'm raising my belt buckle. I'm allowing the legs to straighten as I come through the golf ball. So I'm feeling taller, the knee hasn't kicked into the rod. It's given me some good feels for exactly where I want that knee to be. If we have a look from face on now, notice how I've positioned the rod so it's only just behind my lead knee at setup. So from down the line, my task was not to get the trail knee to flex excessively into the rod. From face on though, I also want the knee to come forwards and around so it reaches the left knee, so it's pointing towards the target. So I'm going to try and get my knee to finish in front of the tip of the rod. So again, I'm in position. And then I'm going to check it. My knee is in front of the rod. I didn't come into the rod. I can feel how my belt buckle has risen, has raised. My hips are tucked. Points to the target. I'm in my nice finish position that you see all the good players finishing. So that is the functioning of the trail knee. During the downswing, it returns to its original flex points that it had it set up before extending and moving forwards towards the target. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the content of today's session, then please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future golf tips. If you'd like to work with me, either online or in person, you can contact me via the Skillist app. Play your best golf. Cheers.